Welcome back, my little nerdlings. This is So Random and Weird podcast, and today your host is me, Sheena.
And I'll be here hanging out and listening to you. So this is Sarah.
And how are things going for you, Sarah?
Uh, not too bad. Not too bad. Keeping busy. Kids are so over school. I'm so over the cold. I seriously, this winter storm thing that we got is it's brutal. And it's like it's not melting. Like it's not going anywhere. Like it's lingering. And, trying to ice, like de-ice everything and haha ice. Like get rid of it all and that it's oh my gosh, it's horrible. I want warmer weather, you know. I want it to all melt, at least on the walkways. Even the salt's not like helping to get rid of it. And then of course it's all frozen together, so that it's horrible.
Right. It always seems like if there's a 6 in the year that you guys always get like a bad storm. Like remember like January or no, like yeah, January, like we had that big storm in 96 as well.
We had
Well, yeah.
some pretty nice snowstorms in the 90s. I remember that. But, there was, like, also one in the early 90s too, I think. But, yeah, it was just it's I don't know if they actually categorized this as a blizzard. I don't know if I mean, I don't think they did that because I don't think it qualified as that, but it was nasty. It's just ugh. And then the cold, like, the brutal cold, like, the wind, it's, like, in single digits, and it's just horrible.
I mean, I've been there.
I'm over it.
Idaho
Yeah.
usually gets really cold. I haven't seen, before I left, I hadn't really seen much negative as I had when I was a kid. But
Mhm.
now, being in Oregon, I got when I went to the beach yesterday, it was a nice balmy 56.
Oh, shut up. Shut up. Shut up. Itch. No, just kidding. Oh my god. You was 56 in the beach.
Yeah, and you
God.
wouldn't think so because of
Oh,
how much more north we are. But
yeah.
yep, there's not been any snow. There's only been like a couple of nights that it's gotten down to like 30. So I mean, I can't complain. I'll
You know?
complain in the summer because I'm just not. I just can't. I I'm an ice queen. I don't do hot weather.
Well,
But
I don't like extreme hot or extreme cold. I'm a fall girl. I am like where and spring's okay too. I don't like too hot. I don't like too cold. Like the humidity can go away. The hot can go away. The heat. Freezing freaking cold like it is now when you go outside and it's like, you're like frostbite after like 3 seconds. That can go away, I don't mind snow, I really don't. It's just when it lingers and it doesn't like, it's worn out its welcome, It's worn out its welcome. Like, go.
yeah, usually by like the end of January, you're like, okay, it's over, it's done, and it's usually
Yeah,
just gray snow. So
yeah. And
it's not
and
the
and it's
prettiest.
yeah, I mean, it is and it's like it's so crunchy because it's so hard on top, and because it's, like, all frozen on top now, so it's like, ugh. I think that's probably why it is still all white. That's probably why, because it's not wet, there's no slush, because it's all, like,
Mhm.
frozen. Ugh, yeah.
Yeah,
But yeah,
I can't
so
say can't I mean, I was a little disappointed not to have, like, snow for Christmas. Even just, like, an inch would have been great, but
mhm.
no, no snow. Been out here in the nice 50-degree weather.
Okay, yeah, once again, shut up. Not scoring any points on me right now, that's kidding. No, it's definitely been annoying, just because yeah, worn out's welcome, at least in my book. And I think unless I was, like, dreaming this, I think they're saying we're gonna get more, and I'm like, "Okay, please don't. Please, no, 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 please." But it hit anywhere but me, like, just no, I need it.
Yeah, so like I said before, today I'm the host, and so I have the uh, public public pop culture current events going on. And I did have a bit of a time because I did want to go back and forth between, you know, doing what is going on now, but it was just a little too heavy for me because since yesterday was the the anniversary of my father's death, I and everything that happened
From
with Alex Preddy, it
yeah,
was just too close to home,
and
too
you told it,
much
yeah, yeah, yeah,
for me. So that's why we didn't record last week. Is just everything was just way too heavy for me to
yeah,
deal with. Because the funny thing with having like being neurodivergent as well is like grief. It's not that like I forget about it, but it's like brand new every time. So
mhm,
it's like, yeah, there's the scar. It's kind of, got some scar tissue on it and that
yeah,
I can on a normal day, but like when certain things will trigger, it's just like
yeah,
just having the wound just totally reopened.
yeah,
So it's, it was rough.
yeah,
So,
and and that's totally understandable, friend. I can't I have never lost someone that was close to me by, any kind of gun violence or any, self-infliction, anything like I've never much less a parent. I
mhm,
can't imagine what that's like. And,
right.
so no, you do what you gotta do, and, we'll be here, So, and that's why
Mm,
you said, "I can't do it today." I'm like, "Alright, cool." I get that, and I'm glad you were able to I know Oregon was you and your dad's thing, and
mhm.
I'm really glad you got to go out to the beach and kind of, memorialize him yesterday, and because you're
Ground
there
myself.
now. Yeah, because 'cause you're there now, you're where you love to be with him, when he was here with you, and I'm sure he was there with you yesterday when you were there.
Why you always gotta make me cry?
I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm almost in tears too thinking about it, but I know he was there with you. I know.
Well, I am going to raise the vibrations here,
Yeah.
and
Sorry, I
we're gonna
soured them.
it's okay. It's all good, you know?
Yeah,
I
yeah,
mean,
yeah,
other people will totally understand
yeah,
where we're coming from on these things. So,
yeah.
you know, celebrities, they're just like us.
Oh god. Ah,
So,
I'm tearing up too, so yeah. Oh, god.
so I decided because I watched the Celebrity UK version of this show.
Mhm,
Was my very first um experience of watching this past fall
mhm,
winter season because between waiting on getting a job and moving, and not really knowing anybody in there, I had a lot of time to watch TV. So I decided today we are going to talk about the traitors. And so, as I said, there is other versions of this. There is the Australian and the UK version of this show, which
mhm,
I have, like I said, I loved the UK versions that I have watched so far. It's a little bit different than our US version, of course, but um, I asked you the question of like, do you remember what the name of that one game where you would shake hands and you like somebody would like scratch your palm and then you would do it in the dark and then that person would be murdered and then they had to figure out who was the murderer before everybody was murdered.
mhm.
And that's what instantly came to my mind when I started watching this show. This is basically this is just basically murder in the dark with Botox and glam.
Oh, jeez. Oh my god. And honestly, I still don't know if I remember that game, but, it sounds like fun.
Yeah.
We played that in elementary school?
I can't remember if it was in Pennsylvania or if it was in Idaho, or maybe
Okay,
it was something that we did when I was, going to church, and
okay,
we had our youth activity days.
okay,
Um, I just remember I know I have played this game
okay.
and um in the past, but it's been a good long while since I've played it. So with this, blah 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 blah.
No, no. It's like the penis. Wah, 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 wah. The teachers,
Yep.
sorry, go ahead. Mhm, go ahead.
So now, like I said, you're gonna have to imagine that we're playing this game, but everybody has lip filler, unresolved trust issues, and a publicist. Now, currently, we are at season 4, which is a really, really good season so far. Season 1 was really interesting because they mixed in reality stars from like Survivor with regular people, but it was kind of a mess. And then the second season was the first season that they had all reality stars. Season 3 had their twists and turns because I don't want to ruin it exactly for anybody.
Okay,
Um, but season 3 was messy Bessie all the way through. And then this season, they just keep throwing in all the things. So I'm like, I am here for this. So now what your basic beginning, your first episode for everybody is that all of your reality TV stars are coming in by these big huge SUVs being brought up to a Scottish castle. So jealous. And they are now trapped in a Scottish castle to win money. The
mm,
prize is up to $250,000.
nice.
Yeah.
Who couldn't use
So
that?
yes, and so the way that they get the up to $250,000 is they do challenges.
Okay,
So, and at each challenge, they're given certain things. Some are really spooky, some are really physical. Like on one of the last episodes, they had them climbing up a big old hill with rocks in their backpacks, which was
mhm.
simulating gold, like money to collect. And I'm like, girl, I would have been dead because of my hip with that.
That would not be me. I would be like, "Nope,
Right.
sorry."
Yep. And then the other challenge is trying not to be murdered by the traitors or banished. And so what it is that you have a group, everybody comes in as faithfuls. So they all come in, they're all kikiing and, you know, trying to get to know people. Some people know other people. Like this season, Tara Lipinski and Johnny Weir are on there.
Okay, okay.
I'm a big, huge figure skating fan, so that is for me. And then usually Alan Cumming, who is dressed
Mhm,
to kill, literally.
mhm. Love
um,
him.
and outdoes pretty much like any drag queen that is on the show as well. He will bring everybody in and go through the rules, and then they go and they sit at the round table, which is
Okay,
where all the banishments happen. But the very first thing that they do is that Alan will walk around like duck, duck, goose style and pick somebody and they're all blindfolded folded as well. So they're not going to see who is the traitor.
Okay.
So he touches them on the shoulder of the people. So it can be anywhere from like 2 to 4 traitors that
Okay.
are there that are selected. It's
Mhm.
different every time. And then this season they added a secret traitor that absolutely no one, including us, know who it is because we know who the traitors are usually.
Okay.
But this
Okay.
year they added a secret one. So you're like sitting there, and I like it because I'm like, oh, let me
It
get
leaves you
my little,
guessing. It leaves you
yes.
guessing. Yeah. So the audience doesn't know everything. I do like that too.
Hmm.
I do.
Right. And so once that happens, the goal is to lie, accuse, cry, wear capes, ruin friendships you formed 48 hours ago. Oh, and that's mostly the faithfuls.
Okay.
So, what I love about the show is everyone takes all of this like way too seriously. You have your
Mm.
people who go into instant like detective mode and reminding you these are all reality TV stars. Some of
Mhm.
them do have backgrounds, depending on what reality TV show they are on,
Okay.
but this really rings true to the housewives from what I have seen this season. It's been made clear that it's offensive if you don't know who a housewife is, in
Oh
which
dear.
I don't because I've never watched any of them. So to go through this, I'll give you who this season's cast is.
So wait, they're seriously
So
offended that people don't know who they are, the housewives?
it's kind of like, yeah, like
Is
people
it a
that
thing, or is that like a, or is that a joke? Because I don't know who these people. I'd be like, who
I
are you?
know,
It's like, do I am I supposed
I
to know
know,
you?
right. Well,
And
it's,
why do I care who you are? I don't know.
yeah, it's from the last season
Okay.
because one of the traders took out a housewife and they're like, I don't know who you are. And they were like,
Oh my god. It's like, for shame. Like, why do I my
exactly.
life doesn't know. My life will go on not knowing your name, thank you.
Hmm.
Sorry, I honestly, I'm not a reality TV show fan, I gotta put it out there. I'm just saying that. I mean, this sounds interesting, and it's like that mystery kind of game thing that I really intrigues me.
Hmm.
But most reality shows, I'm just like, "No. I
Same,
cannot stand this. Go away." So,
same.
but I'm
I'm like,
intrigued. I'm intrigued. Yeah.
I
Well, I'm
only
intrigued.
like I only ever watch Jersey Shore just because that's right around the area that I used to hang out with in my family. I watch
Yeah,
like
because 'cause you're from
cooking
Jersey.
competitions. Yeah. I
Yeah.
watch cooking competitions. Those are my kind of things. And then the Traitors because it's the murder mystery thing. This is like
I
Clue.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, it's not like your typical, um, reality TV show. In my mind, from what
Yeah.
you were saying, it's
Hmm.
not your typical reality TV show, and I like that concept. So,
Right.
yeah.
Right. So, this one we have Ian Terry, who's from Big Brother, Portia
Mhm,
Williams, who is one of the housewives of Atlanta, Rob
okay.
Sisternino, who is from Survivor, Donna Kelsey, who is obviously Jason and Travis Kelsey's mom, and soon to be Swifty's in law.
Mhm,
There is now usually with this there's a socialite from England or somebody
okay.
from England who's in it. So I'm like I am somebody who's very into like a lot of
You're you're token
UK.
Brit. Okay, yeah.
Yeah.
You're an Anglophile. Okay, go ahead.
Yes. Mostly Scotophile, I guess if that's
Okay.
the word.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
love it.
I know what you mean. I know what you mean. I am too. I love Scotland and Ireland, yeah.
Yes. And so then there's Caroline Stansbury, who's of the Ladies of London. And I think she's also like a real housewife of Dubai as well.
There
There is,
is there such a thing? The Real Housewives of Dubai? Seriously?
Uh-huh.
Okay, never mind. Keep going. They'd
I
hate
have
me on this
learned that.
show.
I learned it
They'd
this
hate me on this show. They'd be like, "Oh my god, get this bitch killed now. Move her off the island." Oh my god. Good.
So there is Tiffany Mitchell, who was on Big Brother. One of my
Okay.
all-time favorite people in the whole entire world is Monet Exchange, who is from RuPaul's Drag Race.
Okay.
Michael Rappaport,
Obsessed with okay, I know that name.
who's an actor and comedian. I might say this wrong as well. Ron Funches, who is also an actor and comedian.
I know that name. I do know that name. Yep.
Yam Yam Arocho, who is on from Survivor. Now, this
Oh,
name I know. This is the only housewife I have ever known because I grew up watching slop poppers or soap operas. Slop poppers is what my uncle used to call them. Also,
really good.
Veronica Mars is one of my all-time favorite shows. Lisa Rinna.
I know that name. Yep, yep, yep. Know that
So
name.
there's Natalie Anderson, which she was on The Amazing Race. There's
Mhm.
Mark Ballas, who was with Dancing with the Stars. Stephen Colletti, who was on Laguna Beach.
Mhm.
Candace Dillard Bassett, who is a Real Housewives of the Potomac. Mara Higgins, who is, she's Irish, so it's a great little to hear her go, I think.
I think. I love it. Okay. Cool beans.
She's from Love Island, UK. I know this one because, like I said, Iron Chef and Top Chef, those kind of things. Kristen Kish, who, oh, she's so pretty.
Mhm.
There's Tara Lipinski, Olympic
Mhm.
figure skater. Dorinda Medley, who is also a Real Housewife of New York City. There is Eric Nam, who is a musician,
Mhm.
and Rob Roush, who is also from Love Island, but he's from the USA. To which
Mhm.
he's so pretty.
Mhm. Oh my gosh.
There's Colton Underwood. I don't know if that name rings a bell for you.
Name sounds familiar, but I don't
Yes,
know
well,
why.
he was on The Bachelorette slash Bachelor. Um, and he had an incident where he was a stalker of his ex and then finally came out as gay.
Oh, geez. Okay.
Yeah, it was not pretty. And then there's Johnny Weir, who is also an Olympic figure skater.
Okay.
So that's just a list of everybody who's in there. Now, so that's why I'm like, honestly, I don't know any of the housewives at all, except for Lisa Rinna.
Yeah. Yeah. I'd be the exact same way.
Yes. And also while watching this, I have a lot of I constantly am yelling at the screen like things like, "Sir, you lost the Bachelorette and the Bachelor and are not trained by the CAA, so you shut your mouth, child." Or, "Seriously? Seriously?"
Oh my gosh.
So, with this, as we all know, I am a Scorpio in my sun sign, and then also with my neurodivergent brain, I use my observation skills. And that would come in super handy because I'm that person who has been with like a lot of my friends while they've been out and are like dating people. And I'm like, don't do it. Don't do it.
Yeah. Yeah.
But I need a person like that for me because obviously I'm really good at reading people except for when I'm dating them.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, that can be hard though. It can be hard. You can be blind a little bit sometimes when you're, in general, like you in
Yes.
general. I mean, not you,
Yeah.
but you
No.
can be
I
it can be harder. Yeah. Well,
and then also my face comes with subtitles as well. The people who are like, "We listen and we don't judge," and I'm like, "I'm not judging," but my face is saying, "Totally judging."
totally judging. Yeah, totally judging you right now.
But the thing is that there is no safe personality for this game. If
Mhm.
you're quiet and observant and you're just a little off, then all of a sudden, wrong, you're banished. Or if you're the loudest person, oh, you can't be a traitor. Or is this a way to deflect from being the traitor? Oh, she didn't lift her glass with us? Traitor. Banish. Now. Or my favorite, the vibe is off.
Hmm.
That person's vibes just changed. Okay. I mean, me as somebody who says that people's vibes are off and people don't listen to me when I say that. So I'm like, this show, I'm like, no, your vibes are off. So off.
Oh.
So then, of course, because we have all of these reality stars,
Mhm.
we have a lot of fashion. Now, I myself, I can't say that I'm quite the most fashionist person in the world, but I range from emo goth fairy to homeless goblin from under the bridge in my own life.
A homeless goblin?
Yeah.
Oh my
Like, the
word.
trash lady from the labyrinth?
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Oh
Sometimes
god.
that's what I look like.
Oh my word.
But Alan
Oh,
Cummins' outfits are just absolutely fabulous. I'm going to send you one of
okay.
his outfits because fabulousness. Um Now with his fashion, I swear he's a fashion witch because he just pulls it. His team is just got it going because he can look like anything from a glamorous vampire to a royal theater kid to someone who owns a crystal shop and a yacht.
Wow.
But yeah, yeah,
Jesus.
right?
That's really cool. I really like that.
Yes.
Wow.
Um, but others on the show, I kind of sit there and I'm like, what? What? Like for me, there are people like Monet Exchange. Yes, mama, please. God, yes, keep it serving. Love all of his looks. And then there's Candace, one of the housewives. I cannot with her hats, her little hats, and her big, huge headbands. I'm just like, make a decision.
Ah! I'm sorry.
And um, the last episode, they had a big dinner, a
Mhm.
dinner feast, and it was kind of a cacophony of masquerade and fancy dress,
Okay.
and but it was kind of like a mix between that kind of a thing, and it didn't coalesce very well. While everybody was like pretty fabulous, I did not enjoy Lisa Rinner's outfit because it was like big poofy sleeves and then little tiny teeny hat. Listen, I'm all about Fascinator. I'm down with that. I'm okay with like a little hat that's like really super cute, but it has to be like miniature hat, not just like a small hat.
Mhm.
And so when a dress absolutely envelops you and then you have like this little hat and on your head,
Yeah.
and you just look so disproportionate. But then my
Yeah.
other question is, when it comes especially to this season, is why do Colton and Rob R always seem to match a lot? Because seriously, it's like they wear like the same color scheme on the same day.
Oh.
Yeah, I know. Weird.
Okay. Is that I mean, do you think that's planned or
I don't know because I know they have to send in their looks to the people before they
okay?
actually do that, and then they have to have like approval. And but I'm just like, seriously, like he's wearing blue, he's wearing blue. He's wearing a sleeveless vest, he's wearing a sleeveless vest. He's wearing red, he's wearing red. Uh,
Oh.
but I do have to say Rob R can wear those overalls any day.
Oh my word.
Yes. And so I'm going to go over a few of my favorites this season and my not favorites, if you couldn't
Okay.
tell. All right. So number one is Monet Exchange. I'm like, I don't care in this show if somebody is a faithful or a traitor.
Mhm.
I because I do base a lot of things on vibes, so of course I'm going to be the one. But I'm more right on people than I am wrong, so that would make me a deadly competitor. Um, but I always love my drag queens, especially because they've had really good drag queens that I love personally, like Bob the
Mhm.
Drag Queen and Peppermint and Monet Exchange. And so when I saw both Bob and in season 3 and then Monet in season 4, I squealed to high heaven because I was so happy because they're like very fashiony and um, they bring like the funny and the sass as well. And I mean, Monet is kind of famous for their sponge dress as well from RuPaul.
Okay.
Number 2 is Rob Roush. Now, I know that I am a 42-year-old woman and he is
Mhm.
not in his 30s yet, but hot damn.
I'm sorry. Oh.
For me, when it comes to being attracted to people, it's the
Mhm.
eyes, their mouth and smile, but like just their mouth and then shoulders. Those are all things that I'm like, when I see somebody, that's what I'm attracted to.
Okay.
And now he was on Love Island, which I can never, I've watched a couple of seasons, but every time I watch it, I just want to mainline antibiotics
Mhm.
because I'm kind of a germaphobe. And like, I know that when I was in, asked, when did I leave the church? I left when I was like 23 going on 24. So, um, I was out partying, you know, drinking the drinks and making out with people, but
Mhm.
it wasn't to this extent that for me Love Island is because I just no, I can't. I can't. I can't. Um but at least I was drinking tequila and vodka, so you know,
That helps. That helps. That's
I
for
was
sure.
disinfecting.
Exactly. Exactly. Cleansing it out, Yep. Oh god.
Um and like they
Oh.
had this one thing where like they made a line of people
Mhm.
and they one person would take a sip and then have to transfer it to another person's mouth and so on until they had to put it into a glass at the end. I was like, that was it. I was like, I'm done.
Oh.
Whoop.
Yeah. Mm.
Yeah, that was the end of my Love Island watching because I was like, no.
Yeah. Like, no. Yep. Oh my
Um,
word.
yeah, but I do feel like in this, he's being more of who he is as a person who is more of a quieter person.
Mhm.
And, um, of course, he's also playing the dumb boy, like the dumb country boy, because I think he's from Alabama.
Okay. Okay.
So and what he does outside of this is he's a snake wrangler. So he's cautious with with these things because, snakes are bad, to which
Mhm.
you you didn't help me with my scared of my phobia of snakes when I was a kid, because like when I was a kid, when we lived in Virginia, which was
Mhm.
one move, let's see, we moved from Meherrin to Leola, and then we ended up in Ephrata. So when I was living in Meherrin, um,
Mhm.
we lived in a trailer on my grandfather's property. And I remember coming down the stairs and out of the back and being at the top of it. And I looked down and there was this black and white snake that was like hissing and coming up the stairs at me.
Oh my
So
word.
little like 4-year old, 5-year old me is like screams and like jumps up onto the railing. And my grandfather came running out from somewhere in the woods with a hoe or a spade or something, whatever the straight one is, like
Mhm.
the straight line, not like bent or anything like that, and like chops its head off. And ugh. So then, shortly after that, like 2 years ish, we go, and I don't remember if you remember this, but we had an assembly where this guy brought in this big, huge, like orange yellow snake.
My mom was there. Remember, I don't know if you remember, and she touched it. I got her to touch it.
You triple dog dared me to touch the snake because I was like, mm-mm, mm-mm, mm-mm. But
Did
you,
did you did you do it?
I did, and I hated it. And I was like, I hate you. I don't want to talk to you.
Ah, I don't remember that. I plead the fifth. I don't remember that. I know I got my mom to touch it. I know, because she's also deathly afraid, and I got her to touch it. I don't remember doing that to you though, friend. So I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Um.
And then my number 3 is Kristen Kish. Like I said, I know her from the chef shows, and so and also the first time I watched her on a chef show, I got one of those warm feelings down below. So I'm like, she is pretty quiet, but I
Mhm.
think she's starting to finally um get in a little bit more because there's less people, there's less shouting
Mhm.
on
Okay.
this. So then we'll go over to the people I don't like. So my very where's my list? Oh, there it is. So number 1 is
Mhm.
obviously going to be Colton Underwood. He has gone into this like a dog with a bone. I mean, he's been able to convince people on a lot of wrong things on this, and he's totally just giving a bossy bottom energy as
Mhm.
well. So, and also because I remember what he did. And as a woman, I would not feel safe with him, even though he's gay.
Okay.
So, also, he just doesn't shut up, which
Mm.
is something that I'm just like, nah, nah, no, thank you. So then number 2 is going to be Michael Rappaport. Like I said, twinkles. Um, I'm familiar with the loud New Yorker type. I mean, my
Mhm.
family from New Jersey
Yeah.
is the loud
Yeah.
New Jersey type. So,
Yep.
but sometimes people are just too loud and I just can't. And then he also is like somebody who keeps giving out like adjectives of people in threes. Everything has to be in threes. And I'm like, ah. And then he talks so much with being loud like that, but he says nothing of meaning as well.
Oh, I hate that.
Yeah. Yeah.
I
And
think some people seriously just like to hear their own voice, and this is funny coming from people who are doing podcasts. But, no, I mean, I there are some people who I think just talk to talk because they wanna hear themselves speak. They think that, that they're the end all be all, and, yeah, I hate that.
yeah.
Like, if
No.
you don't have anything meaningful to say, please just shh.
Shh. Shh.
Exactly, just shh, shh.
I'll call a librarian on you. Shh.
Exactly, just shh.
Or one of my favorites. This is what your mouth is doing. This is what I want it to do.
Exactly, exactly.
So then my third unfavorite person is Candace Dillard Bassett. Um, and like I said before, I don't know Housewives, point blank. So I know. Gasp. So I don't know how she acts on the show, but number one thing is her fucking hats. I can't. Also, the
Yeah, so
gloves.
funny.
Like, she constantly is wearing gloves. And I'm like, girl, please.
Gloves.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yep.
interesting.
Number two, because she's one of the housewives, they all group together. And most recently, one of the housewives was going down, and she was just like, well, I got to be faithful to them. And I'm like, you don't go down with a sinking ship.
Yeah.
So what she did after that, I'm like, mm-mm, 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 mm-mm.
Mhm.
And third of all, don't mess with Rob R. Just don't.
Oh my god.
So lastly, I did come up with like a little drinking game, or if you
Mhm.
don't drink, you can do like snacks, have some peanut M&Ms or whatever snack you want. And so first of all, number one, you take one sip or a piece of a snack for every time that somebody says, I have a feeling.
Mhm.
Someone accuses someone with no proof. Someone brings up breakfast behavior, because what happens is that they don't know who is murdered until the next morning at breakfast. So, and when
Okay.
somebody starts acting shady, according to somebody, so that's where the breakfast behavior is. Um, a faithful says that they need to be logical, and then they aren't. There's dramatic music for no reason at all. Just
Huh.
out of the blue. And then also someone is shocked when they're accused. So, I mean, just that, based on that alone, you're going to be pretty drunk if you're drinking alcohol. And then take two sips when someone cries at the round table. A traitor acts deeply offended when they are suspected. When a person says, I trust you. A group banishes the most obviously innocent person. A dramatic pause that lasts longer than my last relationship or your last relationship.
Mhm.
Um, when somebody says, this is really hard for me. Someone says, this changes everything. And then, because we all, of course, are safety conscious on this, and we are responsible little goblins, switch to water if you start believing you could win this game. And so that's it. I I have recruited one other person to watching this show with me, and it's been so great. talking to somebody about it. And now I get to talk to a whole bunch more people about it. And I hope
Mhm.
that people will give us some feedback on what they think is going on and whether you are Team Candace or Team Rob or Team Tara. You know, just let us know about it because I love the show so much. I mean, I have been watching it on repeat all week. So,
Well, I will definitely I may check that out because honestly, like I said, I've never been big on reality TV shows. I don't give a crap about Real Housewives of any state, city, country, whatever. Even when like American Idol was on, like when American Idol first came, I was like, oh, I mean, I think it was just because I was turned off by the harshness of, like, you I mean, obviously, there were some people who really couldn't sing, but I'm sorry, I don't feel like you need to shame people
mhm,
to make ratings. I'm sorry. I
right.
mean, if people can't sing well, please don't berate them. I mean, they can't sing well, you know? So, I mean, I think that just really kinda turned me off from any of the whole reality TV shows, and then, of course, there was, like, everyone and their mother, like, doing, like, reality TV shows, and I don't know,
Mhm.
and then now there's, like, naked survivor stuff. I'm like, "Who would do this?"
No
Like,
kidding.
who would be naked, like, willingly, like, on TV? I mean, in front of, like for how much money? Or a chance to win money? No,
Right.
I'm yeah,
I'm sorry. I am not taking out my blind ass, my blinding white ass. Mm-mm.
exactly, exactly.
Nope. Like right now, they have advertised for a regular folk US version.
Mhm.
And of course it's tempting, but I'm like, mm nope, nope. Ow, when having Twinkles and Marie. Sorry, my cat she'll stretch and claw my leg. Um,
Aw.
but some of those
You
physical challenges,
your cats have middle names?
yes.
See? It's not weird. It's not weird. My animals, I used to do middle names, and my husband and his friends would make fun of me. I even gave like, when I was dating Mike, and he was living with his friend Pat,
Hmm.
um, I I gave his friend's dog a middle name because when she was bad, I needed to yell, and I needed a middle name. Her name was Abby.
Exactly.
She was a cute little beagle, and, she was always, like, barking and, like, even, like, if people just walking, like, in front of the house, she'd bark. And, I'd be like, "Abigail Louise, stop," you know? And I remember the first time I did that in front of Pat, Mike's best friend. Pat was like, "Did your girlfriend just give my dog a middle name?" I was like, "Well, how am I supposed to yell at her and chastise her without a middle name? What am I just supposed to say?
Yes.
Abby, stop?" No. So that she knows the seriousness of her actions and of my tone, I have to give her a middle name.
Yes.
And
Yes.
they just found this hilarious.
Yes, because that's how it was in my house. If
Yeah.
my mom went Miss Marie or Sheena Marie, then I was like, I am in trouble.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it was the same, I mean, but so I did it with pets too, and I'm like, I had middle name, and then yeah, like yeah, I wanted to do Sebastian Ignatius for a kitten that we had, and my husband was like, no, I was like, oh, or
Well, that's
rascal, pest, piggy, pain.
which is kind of funny because we had a cat named Rascal because she looked a lot like your rascal.
Oh,
Yeah.
I miss rascal.
Yeah.
I
I
love
miss
Great
both of
Horrible.
them.
Yeah.
But
That was like my
yeah.
bro growing up. I was an only
Mhm.
child.
That was my
And you wished
Sylvester.
you were an only child. Yeah, that was Sylvester. Oh,
I don't
I
know
love
how much
Sylvester.
better or worse that would have been.
And Bubbles. It was Sylvester and Bubbles. Those are the 2 that you
Mhm.
had during
Yep.
our Ephrata.
Yep.
I remember
Adventures.
this. Yeah,
Yep.
yeah.
And I wanted to name Bubbles Mittens, but Bubbles was the only name that the only thing my sister could say. So she got
Aw.
to name her, and I named Sylvester because he had a half a swoop. So like the little like mustache kind of.
Yeah, yeah. Aw.
Yeah. But so let me go ahead and I will spin the wheel.
Okay.
Finally found the page. And I have ended up with history.
A story.
Woohoo!
You have
So that should
ideas?
be, I do have ideas. And we'll see. I have to go through, and there's a couple of historic things that I'm like, okay,
Mm,
I'll try
yeah,
this.
yeah. Yeah. Ah.
And then we've got you next week and
Mhm. True crime.
true crime.
So, yep. I tell you, I'm. I mean, I like true crime, but I do have to say, with everything going on nowadays. Oh, excuse me. I'm. It is dark. You know, I mean, we're
Hmm.
living in some pretty rough times right now, and um, violence is. Just a lot of violence and just a lot of.
Hmm.
So I mean, it's tough, but
Yeah.
trying to just I'm I like the topic that I'm doing. I wanted to do this because it hit so close to home,
Hmm.
um, for us, and especially for one of our former classmates. Um, but yeah, it is tough. It is tough to do this a true crime story in the middle of all this crap going on.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah. Well, I mean, one of the topics that I'm looking at is how sex workers really helped out in World War II.
oh, that'd be cool. That
Yeah,
would be
because
cool. I mean,
you know,
that's something you don't really think about, you know?
hmm.
Um, and that's like, I remember when I first found the sex in the Civil War book, I was like, "Wow, I never even thought about, like, sex and, like, prostitution and stuff during the Civil War." Because you're not taught that shit in school. You know, I mean,
No.
like, your 5th grade teacher's not saying, "Now there were prostitutes back," and you got, horrible disease you could get horrible diseases from them, and here are pictures of, I mean, it
You
didn't
know how
occur
much
to me.
our
Oh my
parents
god.
would have flipped the fuck out. I
Well,
mean, I wasn't
yours would
even
have.
allowed,
I don't know if mine
yeah,
would have, but yours would have. God bless.
because like I wasn't even allowed to go to like that bodies are changing thing in
Oh
elementary school, like in like end
god.
of 4th grade
Seriously,
or
you
5th
couldn't
grade.
I forgot about that.
No.
You couldn't go to
No,
that?
I had to go read to the 2nd graders.
Oh, and, I
But
mean, God
thankfully,
forbid you find out what's happening to your own body.
yeah, well,
I
we never
mean,
had the talk. So, but thankfully, because of being the only Mormon in school, y'all would talk about it.
yeah.
So you guys talked about it, and then I would be also be let loose at the library
Well, and
and
that's
go
how
find.
I found out. That's how, I mean, because I don't I remember that the talks in school, like, when they separated the girls and the boys,
Uh-huh.
um was like it was mostly about like, our personal bodies changing. I don't remember if we even talked about the boys. I remember, we
Mhm.
got like little sticks of deodorant, we got pads and stuff, and they talked
Yeah,
about like
and I
when
got
hair
pissed off.
grows. What?
I got so pissed off. I was like, I didn't even get to have, like, deodorant,
But I mean, like,
because
we didn't have I don't think we even talked about sex until like
Mhm,
6th or 7th grade when we had health class, like
yeah,
actual
and
health. And I'm thinking half the kids by then were probably having sex. Jeez,
mhm.
I mean,
Well, and the thing is that's I only went to the one in junior high, and of course, we're in Idaho, big red state,
oh yeah,
Mormon-controlled
no.
area,
Y'all don't learn
so it
about sex
was
there.
no, we learned about abstinence.
Oh, because that's gonna help. Yeah, because
Yeah,
abstinence is proven to help.
mhm,
Sure. Yeah. God bless.
yeah,
It's like these people are so freaking naive.
mhm,
Oh, gee, these kids aren't gonna do anything if we teach them not to. If we tell them not to and how evil it is, they're not gonna fuck that shit. They are
mhm,
horny people.
yep.
I mean, their
Well,
hormones are
listen,
raging, they're curious, and if you tell them not to, guess what?
they're
They're gonna wanna
they're
do it
gonna do
more.
it. Right,
Exactly, because they're
because
being told not to.
because, like, alright, so
Mhm.
there was a lot of time now, like I said, I was in the Mormon front, AKA the Wasatch Front, which
Yeah.
runs from, like, Provo up to,
Uh-huh.
like, Rexburg, Idaho, and, um, so we had BYU, Idaho, which I called BYU I Do, and then there's BYU, and, um, I heard things about, like, the denim condom, which is you can do whatever you want as long as somebody still had their pants on. Now
Okay.
yeah,
Ok
yeah. And then now the most recent thing has been, like, soaking, where
what is that?
they soaking is where they get hard and then they insert it in and then they don't do anything. They don't
What do you
move.
what or
Yeah.
why?
But
What is the
then
p why? What? What is the point of that? Is that
because
is
then
that
you're
is that
not
is that is that them being like, "Okay, we're not actually doing it?"
Mhm.
Okay,
Yep.
but the
And
whole point is you're still inserting.
yeah, I
I
know.
mean, you're
Mhm.
still I
Mhm.
mean, I
I
love
know.
how it's like the Amish and their cell phones. Let's find ways to get around it. No, just
Mhm.
condoms. Condoms, birth control pills. Seriously, that's all you guys
Mhm.
and then you can do it.
Yeah.
And there's no pregnancy, there's no STDs, you
Mhm.
know?
Well, and
I
that's the thing
love
too. And then get this, then on top of that, if they can get their buddies in on this, they'll either, like, shake the bed or, like, jump the bed or jump on the bed. I'm like, how gross is that? You're trying
so
to have sex but
so
not have sex with your partner, but you're gonna invite your buddies in to, like, make sure you get motion that you didn't do.
oh my god. I can't I can't even comprehend that is stupid shit. I'm sorry. That is so
Welcome
freaking
to
stupid.
Mormonism.
That is
Welcome
so
to
stupid.
Mhm. I
All
know.
to be able to say honestly, "Well, I didn't have sex." Well, yeah, no, you did.
Mhm.
Okay? I'm sorry. If it's inside, it's inside. That's sex.
Mhm. Mhm.
It's sex.
Doesn't matter if it's hole 1
Whether
or
you want
2.
yeah, whether you wanna be an idiot and not move, because then what's the fucking point of that? I mean, if you're gonna have sex, fucking have sex. Seriously.
Mhm.
If you're gonna do it, do it. You
Mhm.
know? I don't get it. I seriously just don't get it. And just because you're not moving, or maybe you don't physically come, pre-cum is still just as dangerous.
Yes.
And it doesn't stop you from getting STDs. Condoms
Mhm.
stop you from getting STDs.
Right.
Fucking wear condoms. That's all I'm
Yeah.
saying. Wear
Yeah.
fucking condoms. And that's why you can go to Planned Parenthood. Planned Parenthood, you can get fucking free condoms, free fucking birth control,
Mhm.
and then you can have sex all you want and not get STDs or get pregnant. Ah,
Yeah. I know. I
dang,
remember I
free.
remember when I was in
Ah,
college, so,
it's not
you know,
hard. Literally,
early
no pun
2000s.
intended. No pun intended. It's not
It's
hard.
always hard. What are you talking about?
Yeah. Oh
Anyways,
no. Oh
but
god.
yeah, I remember going into college and
Mhm.
having to use like the college health center, and they had big old things of condoms, just big old
Yeah.
bowls.
Yeah. Yeah. Because it's naive. It's naive to think that kids are not going to try things. It's so freaking naive. If you want to be an
Mhm,
ostrich and bury your head in the sand, this is what's going to happen. And then don't be fucking surprised. Oh, they had sex. They're pregnant? They have what?
mhm,
Yeah. I mean, oh my God. At least teach your children, look, I'd prefer you don't do it until you're old enough, but if you're going to do it, just be safe. Here,
mhm,
if you need condoms, if you need, I'll help you out. I'll get you what you need, because you want your kids to be safe. Yes.
mhm,
Do I want my kids to have? No, I don't even want to think about it. I don't want to think about it. But I also don't want to be a grandma at 44 years old.
mhm,
I don't want to be raising my grandbaby because my son had sex and was afraid to tell me and not, got his girlfriend pregnant.
yeah.
I
Well,
I don't I don't wanna do that. I don't wanna deal with
yeah,
that.
I know. My best friend Crystal, she has a saying to her son, who's the only one who's left at home now. Um, don't add to the population or subtract from the population
Wait,
when he goes out.
how old are her kids?
Well, her oldest is what, 20,
No!
and her son is 17. This is so bad. I'm
Oh
sorry,
my
Crystal.
god. Oh my god. No way.
Yeah.
Oh, that makes me feel so old. Because 'cause I'm obviously, I mean, I was always a little jealous of Crystal because I was like, "Oh, I knew you had, like, a new best friend." I mean, I wanted you to have best friends out there and stuff, and I was always kinda like, "Oh, you and Crystal," you know? And I was happy for you, but, I remember, when you always would talk about Crystal and, like, what you guys would do together and hang out together, always kinda like, "Oh, yeah." I mean, but, oh my gosh, and I remember, like, talking about, like, her getting married and the kids. God. 'Cause so one is 20 something 20 or 20 something,
20 something,
and then 17.
16, 16, 17, 16.
Still at
He's
ho still
16.
at home. 16, okay, still
This
at
one,
home, still at
yeah,
home.
yeah.
Okay, yeah. Oh god. Wow. Wow. Well, it does make me feel younger that my kiddos are 13 and 11, so I don't have any that are of legal age or older. That makes me feel good. Although I do have classmates who are grandparents, and
Oh, believe me.
that also makes me feel younger because I don't have kids who are even old enough to be parent. I guess, no, I don't. Technically, I don't. But, yeah, so it does make me feel good. It makes me feel younger. 'Cause then my friend April is a grandparent, she's a grandmother.
Mhm,
Her kids have also graduated. I know Krista, another classmate of mine, her daughter just had a baby a year or 2 ago, so I'm like, "Wow." Course, they also had children very young,
right.
which I didn't. So, oh.
And I have none, which is why I probably still get carded every time I go draw.
I just I was at the bowling alley today with, some friends of mine and the kids, and, I ordered 2 drinks, and she didn't card me, and I was like, "Yeah, no, I'm okay, that's okay." I know I don't look 21, that's fine, that's fine. Although when I used to get my cigarettes, I got carded every freaking time, and I'm like, "Oh." And of course, I would never have my ID with me because I'm like, 38,
Mhm.
39 at the time, and they quit smoking about a year or so
I
ago. So,
I have been carded for in the last year, um, I have been carded for buying lottery tickets.
Mhm.
I have been carded for going out and having alcohol. So, yeah, I'm like, here's the funny thing. And I know, Crystal, I'm going to be doing you dirty on this one too. Um,
Crystal, she's just throwing you under the bus. She's just, oh, sorry, Crystal.
so, like, Crystal is like 2.5 weeks older than I am. That's it. 2.5 weeks. So, we, of course, all graduated same year. You know, we're basically same age. And when we were celebrating my last night in Pocatello, I went in and sat down and was waiting for her. And I ordered a drink and I got carded. So then Crystal got there a bit later and she ordered a drink and she did not get carded.
Oh, Crystal, I'm so sorry.
Yeah.
I'm not laughing at your expense. I'm truly not. I'm like, it figures, right? Because I mean, that'd be me too. That'd be me too. I'd be like,
I,
excuse me, really? She's getting carded. You're not carding me? What? My 75-year-old mother. She'll be 76 this year. Yeah, 2006, 26. She went to get, what is she? She went to get something, maybe a bottle of wine or something at the store. And they carded her. They
huh,
carded her. And she was like, I'm sorry. She's like looking at her. She's like, "Do I look like I'm like younger than 21?" She's like, "What the heck?" She's like, "I was born in 1950. I'm 75 years old. What do you mean you're carding me?" She
yeah.
literally, and of course she doesn't drive.
Hmm.
And, she barely even has her license with her. But I did tell her, I'm like, "I don't care if you're gonna drive or not, mom. You gotta at least renew your license. You have to. Because,
Yeah.
I mean, if something happens to dad, whatever, I mean, you gotta at least have your license or a photo ID,
Right.
something. Some kind of state picture ID. Anyway. So
Yeah.
she had to call my dad, or she had to go out to my dad and be like, "I need you to go in and get a bottle of wine because they're carding me and they will not let me leave with this bottle of wine." Because she's like, "I don't have my driver's license with me."
Yeah.
She didn't have her wallet, her purse, nothing.
Hmm.
But I found out that apparently, yeah, I found that apparently the grocery stores here in Pennsylvania, or at least in this county, in Lancaster County, some of them, because they're now selling alcohol kind of separately from like other groceries,
Hmm.
their computers, you have to put the cards in for every single person that comes through. Every
Hmm.
single person that comes through. Like if you go
Yeah.
to a state store, because here in Pennsylvania, we're lovely. We can't just have like alcohol in stores like they do, like, down south or in
Out here,
California, out there. I mean,
even
we just
Idaho.
can't go to, oh geez. Seriously? So yeah, we just can't go to like any rando store and get booze. We have to go to, state specific stores. They're
Hmm.
called state stores. Here in
Yeah.
Pennsylvania,
I
it's wine and
remember.
spirit, and we have to get our booze separately. Now, there's special training that you have to go through to work at those stores. So they don't card everyone because they're specifically trained, they're specially trained. They have to take special courses, apparently, and I didn't even know that, but I found that out. But and now that giant food, like stores like Giant Foods and things like that are selling them, they're not really trained like the state store guys are.
Hmm.
So their computers card everybody. So my mom was like, "Okay, I get it, I guess now." But she was so pissed at the time. She was like, "What the hell?" Because I mean, it wasn't flattering. I mean, obviously, it wasn't flattering for her because she was just like so like incredulous that someone could
Hmm.
actually like be so stupid. But then she got it. She wasn't thrilled, but she got it.
Yeah. Well, the thing is when I got carded for buying lottery tickets, I'm like, excuse me, I
That's
have tattoos
18.
older
Yeah, yeah,
oh,
because that's
that are old enough to drink.
18.
Yeah.
Yes. I mean, that's 18. That's
Yeah.
insane. Now, I mean,
Exactly.
like, especially in the cigarettes too, because cigarettes is 18.
Hmm.
And so, like, when they recorded me, I was like, First of all, thank you. But second of all, this is a fucking pain in my ass. You
Yeah,
know,
I know.
I'm more than almost double that. Oh.
Yeah, well, I
But,
am
you know,
more than
well,
double in the UK.
I was close to it at the time. I was,
Mhm.
you know, sometimes some
'Cause,
of
like,
the fourth a little after. But yeah.
I know it's because, like, throughout all of, like, when I worked at Walmart, that they had to if you looked under 40, you were gonna
Yes.
get carded. And
Yep.
so I'm like, "Okay, that's fine." But I'm like, "Fucking lottery tickets?"
Yeah.
And then
Yeah.
they went and they looked and they saw that it said 19 and they're like, "Oh, here's your," and I'm like, "That was disrespectful."
Oh my god, yeah. Like 19, okay, yeah, nope, 19, go. 19, go. I'm like, "Yeah, thanks,
But
thanks."
still, but yeah, it's just, it's great. Sometimes when I'm with people who are like either older or younger, and
Yeah.
of course they don't get carded, but they're like, "Why did you get carded?" Blame it on my fat face.
Oh god. Yeah.
Blame it on the fact that I have no kids. Well, I mean, not that my cats don't give me trouble, but like I don't have a constant worry about my kids. So I don't have to make disapproving faces all the time.
Yeah.
I don't
Or
know.
get
I
gray
also
hairs.
avoid, I don't know. I always constantly am
Oh, that's
dyeing my
true,
hair,
that's
so.
true, that's true.
But my mom,
Yeah.
she's now my mom will be 62 here in March, and within the past year, she's been finally getting, like, gray. So, who knows?
Are you serious? She's just now getting gray?
Uh-huh.
God, maybe it is my children. Don't spit out your drink! Oh my god. I'm
I
so
didn't even
sorry.
take a sip.
I'm
I was like
sorry. Oh my
I was
god.
getting
I
close.
I just saw you were, like, lifting up, and then you, like, quick put it down. I'm like, "Oh god, don't spit out your drink." Well, I'm it's well, 'cause my mom has never looked her age. Um, like, even now, I mean, she looks like she could be, you know, mid to late 60s, but, you know, maybe early se but she does not look like she's gonna be 76 this year.
Mhm.
She's never looked her age, and even now, like, she still has, like, salt and pepper hair. Oh, excuse me, and, you know, even, you know, when she was my age, she still looked, you know, really, really young or younger, and, you know, I mean, I don't remember when she started getting gray, to be honest. I don't remember that shit. But, I you know, for the past, you know, maybe year or so since I turned 40. I mean, I'm 41, I'll be 42. God. This year.
Hey, excuse me. I'm already 42. Thank you very much.
Yeah, well, that's because 'cause you're older. Anyway.
That's
6
okay
months,
because
by
guess
the way.
what? I am in cougar puberty. So,
Uh, But, yeah, no, I ever since I think I probably hit about 40, I've been, like, seeing some strands here and there, and I'm like, "Okay." And then, of course, when I see them, I quick pull them out because yeah, I mean, they're not bad, but I'm like, I don't feel like I should be having gray hairs at this time. So I'm like, I don't look old. At least I don't think I look old. Um, you know, and I don't feel old except when I wake up sometimes in the morning and my back's hurting because I'm old. But that I blame on my kids. But I can blame a lot of my stuff on my kids. I've never had anxiety before my kids. I never had gray hair, back pain. Ah, you know what? Kids. Don't have kids. No, just I'm glad I had my kids. But, yeah.
yeah, no, I'm like, I can't say
My drinking
anything.
problem, my blind no, just kidding. My drinking problem. Sorry, good.
But I mean, my only thing is I usually will give myself a bad neck because of sleeping weird. Because
Mhm.
that's the only thing I've really done. I have. I have pulled my back once, and I don't know how or why because I was doing everything properly. And then the next thing I know, I just felt a twing and I went, oh, that's not good.
Well, I didn't really have back problems until I had my son, my firstborn. I and I'm not saying anything happened, but I just find it interesting that I was able to, sit on the floor, Indian style or crisscross applesauce, whatever we wanna call it now, because I still say
Mhm.
Indian style because 'cause I'm sorry, that's just how I was brought up. But
Mhm.
I have no offense. Um, but I used to just be able to sit on the floor and not have any pain. I used to be able to stand. I mean, I worked serving jobs, on my feet for, 8 hours or more a day, and I never had issues, and then right after my son was born, because I had a C-section, so they had to, put a needle in my spine and make me numb from the, you know, neck down. Um, and I remember sitting on the table and I'm bent over, and they're putting, like, this, like, wax paper, like, template thing on my back, when the anesthesiologist is, whoever it was, I don't know if it was there were a couple people back there working it. And,
I don't
I'm
know.
well, no,
I
but
don't.
yeah. But, I mean, there were a couple people back there working it and, like, giving instructions and stuff, so I don't know if this was someone who was I don't know. But after that experience, I remember standing and, like, having a lot of having pain in my back, and I thought at first it was just, tired, achiness, whatever. Um, but then once I got Tyrion home, I remember I was standing in his room, I was at the changing table, and I was changing him, and all of a sudden, I had this immense pain in my back that it had worsened, 'cause, I mean, he was in the NICU for a little bit, and I was standing there a little bit when I was in with him, but mostly I was sitting. So I was stiff and having some back pain then, but nothing major, but this was the first time that I was home with him, and I was standing at the changing table, and, like, I had been standing for a little bit, and all of a sudden, like, my back was just so painful, and it just was this intense pain that I was terrified. I had to strap him in to the changing table thing
Mhm.
because I had to sit down. It was just it was so bad, and, that was the beginning of my chronic back pain,
Mm.
and since then, I have not been able to stand for more than 10 minutes, without being in pain. Standing to cook hurts, standing to prep hurts. Um, I had to learn all over again how to bend without my back
Mhm.
hurting or my back spazzing out or my back going out on me. How to lay, how to turn in bed, how to sit up, how to stand, how to I mean, it's absolutely horrible. It's debilitating. And sitting's better than standing, laying is better than sitting.
Mhm.
But acupuncture's really helped. But yeah,
Well,
I don't know.
I kinda understand that, especially because, like, I am suspecting I have, uh, what is it? Ehlers-Danlos syndrome, like, I can t
EDS. EDS.
yeah,
Yeah. Hypermobility.
'cause yeah, and the thing is, like, I've had knee problems since I was 16, and it's because my kneecaps weren't staying in the place that they're supposed to. I've got my hip will pop out, or if I, like, go on a walk like yesterday, I walked for, like, 3 miles, and my hip is killing me today,
Oh my
um,
god.
because if I just walk too much,
Yeah.
it could be a flat surface, but if I walk too much, my hip is just done for or being in certain positions. Um, you
Yeah.
know,
Yeah.
and like also like I've noticed that I collapse a lot. So that's like part of the reason why I have to move a lot is because I can't sit still because otherwise
Mhm.
it starts to hurt. and I have the same thing too. It's just that because also like countertops are so much lower than normal, like because normal people are shorter,
Mhm.
so having that where my arms have to be out and prepping out and away from my body a lot of the time doesn't help. Like I
Yeah.
love lifting weights and I've loved doing like free weights. So I can
Mhm.
do a little bit of free weights, but then I have to go to machines because I just feel like my shoulders are like just stretching like gumbying out of
Yeah.
my sockets. So
I
eh,
I have heard so I mean, I work for, the health system, Lancashire General Health System up here, and, we have a doctor at sports medicine who specializes in EDS, and I didn't even know what it was for the longest. I mean, and we were starting to get people who were like, "Oh, do you see have do you have patients, providers who see patients?" And I was like, I don't know what the and finally we did get one, or she became trained or focused, whatever, I don't know. And all of a sudden, it was like the floodgates opened, and she was, like, scheduling into, like, 2026 for, like, new
mhm,
patients. Like, and this was, like, beginning of 2025, middle of
mhm,
2025. She's already scheduling for, like, middle of 2020, like, a year out. Um, and I was like, "What is this EDS? Like, what is this?"
mhm,
Um, and I was, trying to read up a little bit, so that I could just educate myself. Um But it really I mean, I really feel like we're seeing a lot more of it come out, and, like, the folks that have EDS, I mean, they have, like, all these other, like, specialists that they have to see because it's like this huge, like, systemic,
mhm.
um, disease, I don't wanna say disease, but, like, this, um, it affects so many different systems.
Well, it's because
Not
it's collagen. And so
Yeah,
collagen is not just in your joints, but in your stomach, your organs, you know, because like remember when we were kids and we used to do that
yeah.
whole slide down the pole thing?
Mhm,
I can still
mhm.
do that. I can still do that.
Mhm.
And not even
God.
warmed up. I mean, this is a normal hand. This is usually my hand when I people tell me to put my hand straight.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, like
Aw.
my fingers. It
Ah.
doesn't it
I
doesn't
know
hurt.
that. It just, looks out at me. Ah. Well, I mean, my hand I mean, my obviously my hand, like, but, like, my thumb looks like that. I
Mhm.
don't know if that's normal or not, but, like, when I give, like, the thumbs up, apparently this, like, disturbs my children, that my thumb is like this and not, I guess, like this? And I'm like, "Well, what do you mean? Like, I mean, my thumb is, like, bent backwards." I
Uh,
don't know. I mean, it's that is I guess that's
I
weird to them, but yeah, yeah, I don't know. I mean, I like, "Hey, thumbs up," and I'm like, "I don't know."
yeah, but I
I
mean, I
I
can
"Oh, what do you do now?
oh, I
Oh."
just popped it.
Ah! No, I hate phones popping. I hate phones popping. I oh my god, I couldn't stand when you used to crack your knuckles, didn't you?
I still do.
Oh, no, 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 I hate
I
that. Oh
have
my god.
to.
No, I don't care, I
I
don't
have
care, I
to.
don't care. It freaks me out. It always freaks me out. It always has freaked me out, the crack. I know it's
Well,
not bones cracking. I know it's not, but still, the cracking sound. And you know what? That's a thing. I was so
I
glad to
know.
finally find out that that is a thing. And I forget what it's called, but it's also like when my parents would chew their meal, their food.
Misophonia.
Thank you, that's what it is. And I can't that's to me, that's like nails on a chalkboard. And my parents were like, "Oh, that's just because 'cause you're a teenager." Yeah, 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 and I'm like, "No, it's not. This is disgusting." And I finally was like I felt justified finding out a couple years ago that it's an actual thing. And
Mhm.
I told my mom, I said, "Look, this is real." So this is not just a teenage thing, that I'm gonna grow
Mhm.
out of or whatever. 'Cause I'm now, almost 40 at the time.
Yeah. Well, and the thing is too is like when I walk, like I roll my ankles, but it doesn't hurt. Like
Oh,
sometimes.
ew. See, I
So
roll my ankles, but I've always rolled my ankles, but it hurts.
it doesn't hurt for me. Like I can actually like walk on the sides of my feet.
Ew. Oh. Ah. Eh. Okay. I
And I kind of
know.
feel like because I used to take collagen supplements and I feel like since I stopped taking them, I feel a lot more bendy than I used to.
Like Gumby.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. I'm not making fun of anybody that seriously. I'm
Yeah.
teasing you, friend. You said just my friend Sheena. Because I know her and I can tease her and she won't be offended. Um, but
No.
wow. Yeah, yeah. Oh my god. Oh my word.
Yeah, but that's how it is. Like, I used to wear heels all the time and people would like see my ankle just and they're like, "Are you okay?" And I'm like, "I'm fine. What are you talking about?"
Yeah.
So,
I'm
yeah,
oh,
it's so weird because, there's just so many comorbidities to a lot of things.
yeah.
And also for the fact, like I said, my dad, he was at Camp Lejeune and,
Mhm.
water goes through your whole entire body and so does radiation. Radioactive
Yeah.
products go through your body. And so it's not going to just affect your kidneys and your bladder, it's going to affect everything in your body. And that includes your sperm.
Mhm.
And
Yeah.
I'm one of those sperms from my father, okay?
Yay. I'm glad
This
you're
is the
here.
one that this is the one
Uh,
that won and it was very defective. I was the most recent to him being at Camp Lejeune, okay? So,
yeah.
and I'm the quote unquote normal one.
Yeah. Yeah. You are. You are. Um, I mean, I love your sister, but she definitely had a lot of health issues and yeah.
Yes.
So,
Yes, and she's got an attitude and everybody thinks she's just the sweetest little thing. And we're like, "Oh no. No, no. No. You want to know what it's like? You remember people being 13? That's
mhm.
what age she is stuck at. She is now what, 37? And she is mentally 17 or 13.
Ugh,
Yeah. So you try dealing with that all the time.
no thanks. I'm
you're
struggling
like
with it
you're like I
now.
have a 13-year-old and
Well, and not just that. I mean, I my daughter is yeah, very she stomps, she screams, she yeah. Actually, I just had my neighbor, was I guess not very happy with us because the kids were have been fighting a lot more recently. Yeah. I was just like, great. Now I'm getting yelled at by my neighbor. Oh my lord. I just, I'm like, it's like, do you think I don't, I mean, do you think I want this? I mean, do you think I want, my daughter screaming at her brother, shrieking, stomping her feet, slamming doors? I mean, yeah,
yeah,
so,
that preteen teen years.
yeah,
Yeah.
I'm so over it.
Yeah. That's okay. I'll still get carded.
Yeah, you know what? That's great. Carded. Getting carded and all, it's okay.
Well,
There we go.
that was the thing too, is like that one time that we went or one time we went out and usually they always card a table, like when
Mhm,
I was living out in Pennsylvania,
mhm.
just in case if somebody orders something and you and I went to dinner and I ordered something, which is
Mhm.
like the first time you ever saw me drinking alcohol too, because the last thing
Yeah.
you knew pretty much was I was still a good little Mormon girl, which I never was, but um and they carded me, but they didn't card you.
I don't remember that either. I don't remember a lot of things. I shouldn't say that. Oh, wow.
Uh,
I had a
no,
good time talking, friend. Oh my gosh. We had a
me
nice
too.
rando session after your presentation. And
Yes. So now
wow.
you need to start watching Traitors so that way I can talk
Yes.
to somebody else about Traitors.
Yes.
So
I'm gonna give it a shot and see what I think. 'Cause I do like Alan Cumming too. I really do. So,
I do too. And it isn't
I
how,
like him as an actor.
yeah, I know Josie and the Pussycats is one of my favorite movies. So, yes. Alrighty. Well, everybody like and subscribe for us. Tell your friends, tell your boss, tell your coworkers to listen and, um, get interactive with us. Please send us your stories for, um, any creepy stories, any, really cool stories, any ghost stories, any true crime experience, or just to brag that you finally graduated, whatever it is. You can email us. You can, go onto our thread on Facebook, just help us help you get more listens.
I was and I do want to I'll have to share this next time. But a friend of mine who uh is Gretel is she subscribed to our channel and is following us. Um but and I'm just gonna briefly talk about this because I know we're so out of time.
Hmm.
But she has reached out to me, with some of her stories. So I do want to share those. So sorry, Gretel, if you're listening. I apologize I wasn't able to share them today. I got a little sidetracked. I kind of squirreled. I kind of squirreled. It's okay. That's what this is. It's random.
That's all what my brain
But
is.
exactly. But I do want to share them. I do want to share them next time, or because she shared a couple of story or a couple of things with me. So
Okay.
I wanna read her posts to me. But we'll do
Exciting.
that next time. But yay! Thank you, Gretel, for sharing. I do appreciate it. Just a shout
Yep.
out to you. So and thanks for listening. And so but I promise I will get you next time.
All right. Well, good night, our little nerdlings. We love you.
Yes, we love you. Thanks for listening. Please share.
Bye.
Bye.